Jay Short with the super chat says, "What do you think are the top five freestyle beats ever? Ambitions of a Rider, Benjamin's, Watch for the Hook to be in there, huh? Top five freestyle beats, man. I'm going Mass Appeal, right? No particular order. Mass Appeal, Incarcerated Scarfaces, Shook Ones Part Two. Um, damn. Okay, okay. I would say Grinding, but that's too easy, right? Is Grinding the top five freestyle beat?
Possibly. I think Cream and Who Shot You.
Okay, I see Who Shot You. I see
I
because
see
there's been
Cream
some
too.
classic freestyles over it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm with
niggas
the
know better than
Cream.
the rhyme over Cream, but yeah.
There's another one though. I think I Shot You always turns out great.
I Shot You turns out great. I Shot You and Who Shot You. Mass Appeal. A lot of people tore up Grinding when it came out
They
because it
did.
was the first beat.
93 to Infinity is a good one too.
93 to Infinity is pretty good.
Okay, I think I'm gonna say this, and you and I were talking about this offline, and I don't care. I'm gonna say this in front of the
I remember a
audience.
lot of people catching wreck over who got the props a little bit.
I love that one too. So you know how I told you I was gonna talk to Mickey Fax? I hollered at Mickey Fax
Oh,
today. He
yes.
said he's down. So we
Let's
we are
go.
working on a freestyle show concept for According to Hip Hop.
Let's
This
go.
kind of pulling together, Mickey Fax's rhyming school that he has out there, Pendulum Inc., and some of the students and some of the teachers himself and other freestyle guys, and just really get the bars together. And I know there's a lot of platforms that let people express their bars, but I feel like on According to Hip Hop, we'll take it to the next level with the bars. And why not start with somebody that's incredible with the bars like Mickey Fax? So he said he's down.
I mean, that's say
So
less.
stay tuned. It should be
Yes,
really
say
good.
less. Stay tuned. Oh, that's
Stay-
fire. You just made my day.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. He was like, "Yo, let's do this. It sounds good."
No,
I was
I'm
like, "Okay."
excited too. Like, because here's the thing. I mean, just for me, I want artists to understand that it's like, nah, like MCing is MCing is MCing still. I don't care what generation it is. And so I'm looking forward to trying to bring people to the table this understanding that it's like, oh no, we putting you in the funnel. We want you behind the scenes. We want you interviewing on According to Hip Hop. We want you spitting bars in Mickey Fax Rhyme School. You get what I'm saying? Like all
Yeah,
of that. I love it.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
man. It ups the
Yeah.
level of everything,
Yeah.
and hip hop wins. Now, on that note, though, who would you say has freestyle of the year in 2022? I would say so far, but the years is wrapped.
Trying to think of one that like really stood out in my mind.
Was the Saha this year?
Was that this year? I don't think that was this year. When I thought that was the end of last year.
Was that not this year?
I
Let's
listened to
look
a lot
that
of
up.
rap.
What do y'all think out there? Because that's why I wanted to ask the people.
Really?
Hmm.
I feel like that was last year.
Let me see. When he was on L.A. Leakers. Mike H with the super chat says, Nas said, "We about to kidnap the rap game. Coop, blink twice if we getting more Nas and Hit Boy." I mean, it sounds like Nas pretty much said it, right?
I mean, my thing is that you. I'm gonna say this: shoot or shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like shoot or shoot, especially like when you're in a zone. Like when you're in a zone, you shoot, and so there's a variety of ways to take your shots if you're him. And so he just dropped an album, but variety of ways to take your shots. Like the 21 record, that's a different shot. That's from, that's like a bank shot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Post up, back you down, hit you with the bank shot. Not your normal move from Nas. So, you know.
I'm seeing Simba. I'm seeing Nick Grant. I looked up the Saha. That was this year. That was 6 months ago. The Baby, Pusha P freestyle. People are saying.
You like
Conway.
that?
I didn't see the Nick Grant freestyle. Styles P on Math Hoffa was dropping gems. Okay. Was the J. Cole freestyle this year?
think that was this year.
Okay. Simba. A lot of people saying Simba. Yeah, Saha was this year. I think the Saha was the best one I heard.
I heard the Simba one too. I would want to go listen to all of those again.
Shout out to Sellers with the super chat. Um, let's see. It
Sellers got some
says
bars. He's been
freestyle
working on
beats
his craft.
definitely grinding. You didn't have to play the actual beat. You play it at the lunch table while you were freestyling. Yeah. Um. Yeah, Saha gets my vote for freestyle of the year, but I guess we can go back and listen to some more. But everybody's saying that Nick Grant went crazy. I like Nick Grant.
Me too. Yeah, I think that's one of those. We need to go back and listen to all those.
Yeah. Okay. So on top of that, should we start with like the top songs of the year, or you want to start with the top verses or the top albums?
I'm flexible. Whatever the people actually want to do today is what I'm with.
Let's talk about the top songs then. I think that'll probably be easier to go through. What do y'all think? Y'all want to go songs, verses, or albums? Oh, Common had a freestyle this year. Was that this year? The Common freestyle?
Told you I'll be listening to a lot of rap.
Let's see. Albums. That's what Ohio K said. Albums. Okay. I guess we could work our way down. Let's start with albums and then go down to songs and then go down to verses. How about that?
That's fine.
Okay. KD3 is number one right now, right? I won't say not right now, unless Ab-Soul beats it out.
Or the Mount Westmore, but I don't suspect either one of those things will be happening. So I think it is pretty fair to say that KD3 is album of the year at this point. And so with that being said, how are we truly rating this album? Because we are pulling up now roughly a month after its release date.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore able to probably, give it a more clear and concise rating. And so what do you think KD3 is?
I think it's a 5.
I do too. I honestly do think it's a 5. Like, it's a month later. I felt like it was going to be a 5 before I heard it. It felt like a 5 when I heard it. And we're here almost a month later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
Yeah. SSS, number 2.
I would concur with that sentiment. I was listening to SSS literally last night. It is just like KD3 is easily the best project this year. I think SSS is clearly the second best project this year.
Now, what would we rate that?
Now, that's where things are fascinating, because it's just so unfair, because he's the greatest MC of all time, to try to juxtapose him even to a prime Freddie. Even at this stage, with him sounding like a prime him, you're not going to win the content or the concept game against that guy. Not a peak version of himself, like on any sort of level. Like how about this? If he's a problem for a prime Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie, like, not a conversation that there's like, no. So
even on the versatility end, it's like, yeah. I mean, because that's what we really, praised SSS for the most, was the versatility.
And so I would tell you that
took that to another level.
And so this is where I guess maybe our harsher critics as fans are probably going to be happy that I'm doing this. I would have to give SSS a 4.5, man.
That's exactly what I was thinking. The scales have been tipped. Now, cheat codes 3.
Huh. Yeah. I would say cheat codes 3. Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah. Cheat codes is 3. This is your 1, 2, 3.
Cheat codes get a 4.5, or we're going a little lower?
No, because I just feel like the Freddie's a better listen, and that his song run where he hits his stretch is just better. It's just better songs. The bar work's not better, but it's like the same thing with Thought. The same thing with Nas applies to Thought, which is like, well, bar wise, if you were expecting something better, I suggest you go play a Nas or a Rakim record.
Yeah, it's not too many levels to go with that. How
Right.
far down are you going? Like 4.4 or 4.3?
I'm thinking 4.3, and this is why the production on SSS is just clearly better than cheat codes. And it's not a
Okay.
knock to Danger Mouse, but Freddie just like picked a masterful beat selection, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah, very entertaining. Jay Short with
Yeah.
the super chat says Shay and Armani had nice freestyles too in 2022.
I
Yeah, I
liked
like those.
Armani's freestyle and Shay's freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
36 Chambers with the super chat says KD3, No Fear of Time, Cheat Codes, SSS, JID, Forever Story, Drill Music in Zion, Earth Gang, and Food for Thought in that order, in my opinion. Been a good year. Those are all really good albums. Hold on, let's look at that. That's one, two,
They are.
three, four, five,
That's it.
6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 10? Hold on.
Is it?
1,
Man, hold
2,
on.
3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
7,
1, 2, 3,
8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No
11,
Kendrick? No, I'm joking.
12.
All right. So number
No,
4.
don't be funny with the people, man.
So number 4, we have who's on the board, right? We got the
We got
Black
No Fear of
Star,
Time
No
on
Fear
the
of
board.
Time on the board.
Like if we were doing like Mel Kiper's board, like best available, I think like No Fear of Time would be the album that was number 1 on the board. But is it the 4th best album this year? Like, is it better than Earth Gang's album?
That's my conversation. And I know a lot of people, that I see in the rebroadcast or in the comment section think that we're rating the Earth Gang album too high and we overrate it.
No,
It's a really good album.
no, it's really dope. It's
Yeah.
really great. Yeah, we didn't
You
misrate
know what?
anything.
I'm going Earth Gang, Ghetto Gods over No Fear of Time. This
I don't
is
know
a
if I
strong
totally
top
agree
5,
with
by
that.
the way.
I don't know if I totally agree with that, because here's where I do lean on lyrics. If all things are comparable, because think about it, we have duo.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the best bar work from the 4 MCs? And that's actually, and listen to what I'm about to say. Well, that's actually Talib on No Fear of Time.
No, definitely. And I think
about his bar work on No Fear of Time, I would actually give it the edge over Earth Gang, Ghetto Gods, because Talib is an MC or a lyric, maybe not an MC of the year contender, but a lyricist of the year contender. Based on that verse on Peppers and what he did on No Fear of Time, oh yeah, he was like that.
he did his thing this year.
And we try to highlight and pay homage when people get busy like that.
No, I
And so
agree.
if all things are being considered, I'm going to actually pick No Fear of Time, and actually about Talib.
Okay. I think that the only
But I'm cool with maybe if these albums end up getting the same rating and are tied. Like I believe King's Disease 1 and ELE 2 were tied for us.
yeah.
And
see, all right, this is my thing with the Ghetto Gods album. I just think that in relation to No Fear of Time, it just had more concepts and was better put together. Just the subject matter, it flowed. You know what I mean? Like, and it gave you a little bit of everything too. Like you got bangers on there, like the song with Future or whatnot, and then you got records like, what I'm saying,
the record with
Cole
CeeLo.
and- yeah, you know what I mean? Like just the range and balance of it all. I think
about
when you
this?
look at albums like SSS and you look at KD3 and everything that those albums are able to give you, I think the Earth Gang's album gets closer to doing that than No Fear of Time does.
You want to know what? I think you just swayed my opinion. I think you're right, because you know what I just talked about? I think Strong Friend is the best record between these two projects if I were picking one song.
Yeah.
Like if we were making a playlist like we've been doing the station heads. Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna have to it was late last night. Like I scheduled the station head at the wrong time. I'm gonna have to change the time on the station head. But if we were like doing a 2022 station head,
we should do that.
No, we do. That's what I've been doing. I told you I've started cataloging from 2000. I'm on 2001 tonight, but I'd like to do an accord. We definitely need to do an according to hip hop year-end wrap-up station head. like where we play like the bangers and sit down and talk about them and why they made our list and how,
right,
and all that. Yeah, we definitely need to do that on the According to Hip Hop one. But you just convinced me, actually. I think I'm cool about the versatility and the more album-like feel that's closer to SSS and Cheat Codes and KD3, like you said, that we got out of Ghetto Gods. I'm cool with putting it slightly ahead of No Fear of Time, but not by much. So
I think they could get similar ratings, if not the same rating. But
okay, that's what I'm saying. If we're putting one at 4 and one at 5, can we do that and give them the same rating, or is it tied? That's what I'm telling you.
I don't think that the ratings are based on score. I mean, what do y'all think? I mean,
you want to know what's crazy? As much as I guess we've been the only real critics of the Pusha T album this year, which is crazy because he's my favorite MC outside of Nas. The more I keep thinking about that album, the further up this list it keeps coming up. When I look at the things that we're asking for, when we're like starting to parse things out, I would tell you that I think the Ghetto Gods and the Black Star are both 4.2s.
Okay.
I would actually tell you, I mean, Mike, I would actually tell you that I actually would put it at, no, it's not better than thought. 4.2.
Okay. Blue Collar Hustle with the super chat says KD3 album of the year, Aquamarine song of the year. Period. Hey, can't disagree with that. LP with the super chat says KD3 clearly clearing everybody by so much. We need to knock the rating down on some of these other 4.5s and albums. There was like a 4 and 5 album this year max. There's like 4 out of 5 albums this year max. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we're getting to, because this has kind of knocked everything into perspective. 36 Chambers with the super chat says, I feel like JID's album really should be higher. He makes his style look so easy that we take it for granted how crazy talented he is with finding his pocket. I had him next.
We're actually getting to him, I think. Right.
I had him next. So, I think.
Hold on. No, hold on. I don't know about that. So let's stop for a second, because I think this is where things get interesting. So, okay, so where are our next set of albums? Because here's what I see when I see the next set of albums. So we've got the 5 covered. So our top 5, we have KD3 at 1. We have Soul Sold Separately at 2. We have Cheat Codes at 3. We have Ghetto Gods at 4. We have No Fear of Time at 5. Correct?
Very strong, yes.
That's super strong. Now, I would tell you the next set of albums that I would kind of like put in conversation for the next 5 would be the JID, the Lupe, the West Side Gun, the Ransom, Che Noir, Rome Streets.
I love the Rome Streets, but I think those 5
like
that
all of those would be in the next, in the Pusha T. All of those would be in the next set of that 5. Now, who's making the 5 out of those? Because I just named like 8 or 9.
I think the first 5 that you named, I would say Shay, Food for Thought, because she got a couple projects. JID.
You're right.
Lupe. Drill Music in Zion. West Side. And Ransom. Yeah.
Okay.
I think those are the next 5. In what order, I'm not sure. And that's what we're going to get to.
So stop for a second. I just want to make sure we're clear about this. So you don't think Pusha T made a top 10 rap album this year?
I don't think his album's better than any of those 5 we just mentioned. Do you?
The Ransom is the album that has slid the most. Do you think the Ransom album is still better than the Pusha T album?
I think so. I don't know.
Right.
That one can be discussed, actually, because the Ransom is super consistent, right?
He is.
But Pusha has highlights on there.
His highlights are pretty stellar. And I'm going to tell you what, and I'm going to tell you why I'm like feeling that way. I did go see him live when he was down here.
Yeah, you did. And you saw even those songs live.
Even the records on here that I'm not the biggest fan of. I can look at Kanye and Pharrell as producers, and it's like, oh, but they gave him some great live set shit to go off of. Okay. And And I know because, and I'm not saying I know as in like I'm a know it, I know everything, but I know that those Ransom records that I like prefer to hear in my car, maybe over some of those Pusha T records. I know how that live thing goes.
Okay.
You know,
Let's ask the
and
people.
and think about this: Brambleton, Let the Smoker Shine, the Coop, Diet Coke, and Neck and Wrist are all higher highs than anything on Rancher's album.
I'll give you that. Jay Short with the super chat says early nomination for "Let the Smoker Shine" the Coop as Song of the Year. Best mix of old and new school. Great wordplay and sounds great in the ride. Let the Smoker Shine the Coop is hard.
It does. So here's what I would tell you. Mm-hmm. If I were picking the next 5. Okay, no, forget that. Let's just get to 6.
Okay.
First of all, I think the Pusha T album, in hindsight, is actually better than Ransom's album and Lupe's album. But I don't think it's better than Che's album or West Side's album.
Or JID.
Okay? Or JID's. It's not better than those 3, but it is better than those other 2, in my opinion. And I will tell you, and this is what I mean about leaning on the bar work, and I know Ransom is nice. And this is what I mean about I'm fair. Notice who I'm talking about. Oh, I can't take Ransom in no MC battle over Lupe. Not over Lupe. Like over a lot of people.
What about the Denzel Curry album?
If we're splitting the hairs, Mike, if we're splitting hairs, oh no.
Like, what about the Denzel Curry album?
I'm not putting the dope. Mm-hmm. I'm not putting the dope lyrical album from Ransom in over the dope lyrical album from Lupe. That's not how this.
No, I got you. Yeah, I was gonna ask you though, Denzel Curry, because I know he keeps coming up.
I think that project is slightly overrated, although I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Mad Max of the Super Chat says, honesty. I agree. KD3 is the best album, but a 5 is overrating it. WTF SMH gets light, serious, interlude, ending to reminisce. Come on now. KD3 is a strong 4.5. Tough judges here. Jadarian with the Super Chat says, nah, No Rest for the Wicked is top 5. Okay. 36
okay,
Chambers
so
says,
so how about this? This is what I mean. Okay. If you think No Rest for the Wicked is top 5, go show me the Let the Smoker Shine the Coop. Go show me the Peppers. You feel me?
Yeah.
Go show it to me. Like, don't just feel it. It has to be evidence.
36 Chambers with the Super Chat says, where do y'all stand on the Czarface and Denzel Curry album this year? Listen to both again, and they do go kind of crazy.
No, I have a whole list of albums in front of me, and it's long. And this is what I mean. It's been a sneaky good year, and it's been a deep year. But some of these albums aren't going to make the cut. That's why we're parsing it out. But what I would tell you is that if we're just picking an end-to-end hip-hop album that doesn't have the quote-unquote bangers on it, that's Che Noir's food for thought. And so I'm cool with Che taking the number 6 spot and then JID taking the number 7 spot.
I think the JID might be better, in my opinion.
It's more entertaining.
I would reverse those things. Yeah.
But they both have help, too. You do understand that.
Yeah, they do. Melvin Wright with the Super Chat says, do you guys get a chance to listen to Currency?
Yeah, of course.
Uh-huh. I'm talking about the new Currency.
Like, he just dropped one, but that's not as good as Continuance with Alchemist.
Is it as good as Continuance? I mean, I want to ask there because, you listen to it? Okay.
No, I listen to it. It's not.
36 Chambers
nothing
says,
personal. He's consistent, but.
Aquamarine, Johnny P's Caddy, and Brambleton are Song of the Year candidates for sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
I like these nominations you guys had. So
how about this? No, how about this, Mike? I kind of took your favor and put Ghetto Gods ahead of No Fear of Time, even though it's getting the same rating. I kind of feel that way about the Che and the JID. Like, I feel like those are the 4.1s. But I feel like the Che is better end to end. I do.
Okay. I know there were a couple of discrepancies with JID's closing too.
Yeah, and also too, there are some there are some missteps. Like when I hear Che rap, it's like, it's
No,
different.
no, you did a great breakdown of some of the missteps that were on the Forever Story.
Yeah, I
And
don't want to kind of go back over them
and it
again and
was
make it
very
seem like I'm
legit.
being
I mean,
overly
yeah, go back
critical.
and look at the video. He did a great, or was that on the Patreon? But you were right. I mean,
No. We did it. Well, we did it on the show where I just kind of went through my notes and broke it down. But that was because it was worthy of being broke down. Because to be honest with you, of all the top 10 contenders, he was the only like really kind of relative newcomer. You know?
the Forever Story at 7, Food for Thought at 6.
Yes. 4.1. Are you cool with that? Or
I'm cool with that.
right?
All right. So what we have right now, it's a pretty strong list right here. We got KD3 with a 5, SSS with a 4.5, Cheat Codes with a 4.3, Ghetto Gods with a 4.2, No Fear of Time 4.2 at number 5, Food for Thought at number 6 with a 4.1, and The Forever Story at number 7 with a 4.1. Do you think we possibly rated KD3 too high? Is it a 5?
I think.
Where are the flaws? Let's go there.
Okay, so that's the first thing. So when I'm saying that it's a 5, well, it has no inherent flaws. This is a peak Nas rhyming. This is one of the most agile production performances that you're going to find from one producer in hip hop, like in any decade, quite frankly. Like,
Yeah.
how about this? Like, one of the beautiful things about hip hop classics is that they usually have a sound from the producer that you can identify. Like when you were listening to The Low End Theory or The Chronic or Doggy Style, you can hear Enter the Wu-Tang, the Purple. Like you can hear the producer and you know who the producer is. I can't think of an album as dope as this where if you're going beat by beat, you really don't know who's making the beat, though.
No, it's true.
And that's a high mark of difficulty. Did I mention that the person on the mic is almost 50? And people considered that person's lyrical prime literally to be 25 years ago.
And he sounded super comfortable on every single track. The versatility points are through the roof. The
versatility
concepts are
points
there.
and the agility mark. So
yeah.
Here's what my question would be. And this is what I mean. I thought I was going to get a top 50 rap album. A top 20 rap album usually has those songs that you kind of know when you hear them that you're going to be playing them 20 years from now. That's what a top 20 caliber rap album has. And what you'll find is that the albums that trickle into 25 to 30 to even 35 have that too. I don't think this album has that. But if you start looking about 35 to 50, Mike, and you start talking about the quality of the records and like the versatility, the agility, the lyrics, the concept, the MCing, the production, it's like, well, it's a top 50 rap album. Like, how about this? This is what I would submit to people. Show me the rap album that you've heard in the last 5 years is better, and then give me some evidence, some actual real evidence as to why.
Let's see.
Do you have any real evidence that there's an album that's been better than this in the last 5 years? Let's just kind of cut it off. Let's work it off in intervals. What have you heard in the last 5 years as good as this? And then bear in mind that he did it by his damn self, because any album that you're going to name that's comparable had way more fucking help. Because when I think about Pray for Paris and Alfredo, we'll think about who's on there.
Yeah.
Like literally, think
Even
about
Daytona.
it. Pray for Paris has Tyler, Freddie, Conway, Benny,
Wale,
Boldy,
Joey.
Okay, Alfredo has Benny, Conway, Tyler. Alchemist handling all of the production. Daytona has Rick Ross and Kanye handling the production. Victory Lap, go Astro World, Victory Lap. Go look around and think about it. It's not only that he has this, he's got Magic in the bag too. That's damn near a solo shot too.
Yeah.
It's like, so when people are like, it's not a 5, show me the album that's better in the last 5 years, including his shit.
Hey, TOTO with the super chat says, just want to say I love the two Southern brothers are talking hip hop because we're overlooked a lot. KD3 album of the year. Much love from the west side of Charlotte. Yeah. Appreciate the
Oh, I'm
love.
from the west side of Charlotte. What up?
Web Visibility says Michael and Quincy is song of the year. Love that. 36 Chambers says, yeah, KD3 is a 5. Potentially a top 50 hip hop album. Stables 08 says, so y'all gonna play my man Cannabis and not even rank his banger one step closer to infinity? It's questionably top 3 if we're talking about MCing in hip hop. Peace, brothers. Did I listen to that? I feel like I did. I'll go back. Is that the one with him and Pete Rock, right?
I feel like he's tripping.
Want to give it a shot. You know I'm a Cannabis fan. 36 Chambers says, KD3 has incredible rapping, every style of beat covered with flawless production and sampling. Sequencing is on point and no skips. No features. For a 50-year-old MC, it's the best album this decade.
Oh, I know it's the best album this decade. That's why I said like the last 5 years. This is like no.
Mad Max with the super chat says Che's album's not better than for the Forever Story. She don't got a brothers, sisters, and like cut it out. And KD3 ain't no top 50, bro. Victory Lap is better.
Victory Lap's not better. And she. Because the production and the rhymes are better on KD3. You understand? It's like when you say that, no disrespect to Nip. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Nip. Yeah, but it's like the beats on Victory Lap aren't better than the beats on KD3. I know we're not talking about the rhymes and the concept. So what are you talking about when you say that? That's why I say, well, show me the album. Because really, you're going to have to go pull out Kanye and Kendrick's premium shit. That's why I told you the comps for this album are To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, because those are the albums you're going to have to go to find the beat making, the concepts, and the rhymes hitting consistently at that level, song after song after song. Period. Those are the comps.
Jay Short with the super chat says, are you rating Shay based on the potential or the output? I like food for thought, but we all subconsciously know she will make a classic, so there's bias.
I mean, so y'all are really sold. How about this? I didn't find Che's album to have the ebbs and the flows that JID's album did. Like JID had some lower points than Che's album. I'm going to give the nod typically to the more consistent album. And right now, I think she's the better MC. Yeah. Okay. Like, I'm giving the nod to the better album and the better MC. I'm not tripping.
What's next? Is it West Side?
And
number 8? Or is it Lupe?
No, I think the West Side's better than the Lupe, but I would go West Side than Lupe probably.
All right.
Because while we're talking about Song of the Year's contenders, Peppers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, West Side came through, man, and the collaborations on there are crazy.
And I think, and I believe I gave Drill Music and Zion a 4 when it came out. And so I think that kind of keeps it and kind of parses it fair, because I think the West Side and the Lupe are both 4s.
Both are 4s? Okay.
Yep.
All right. And that brings us to number 10. Web Visibility with the super chat says KD3 is a 4.5 for me because of the 3 skippable tracks. Serious Interlude, I'm on Fire, and First Time. The rest of the album is fire, though. You know, I said the same thing about I'm on Fire. I remember we were doing our station head or whatever, and then went back and played I'm on Fire, and I was like, yeah, this shit's tight. Yeah. You know, I think that sometimes when we get an album that has so much firepower, the ones that wow us the least, we deem them as weak, skippable songs, but if you're listening to those songs in a vacuum, those are dope songs.
And sometimes you got to listen to a record, too, and understand that it's like, well, there are songs that aren't meant for you.
Well, the Serious Interlude, I feel like it's kind of a light version of the previous song, right? I think that's probably what it might suffer from. First Time is dope. I like First Time. And, you know, they kind of got like a first time challenge going, too. Because when
I
we were
think
listening the first time, it made me think about the first time I heard certain artists. Like,
I think the thing with the serious interlude and with I'm on fire is where they're placed, because it's like the stuff before it and the stuff after it is just like, you know
yeah,
what I mean? And that's what I mean is like when you get done hearing an atomic bomb, it's like, well, your ears are still ringing, so you can't hear properly after you just got done hearing an atomic bomb. Your ears are still ringing. You feel me? So it's kind of hard for you to come back down and like, get those decibels down and like actually be able to hear it clearly, because you hear like the way that KD3 starts. I mean, by the time you're getting to I'm on fire in the serious interlude, I mean, you've heard the best rap stuff this year. By the
yeah,
time you get to those songs. So it's like you've heard Legit and Thun and Mike and Quincy
yeah.
and 30 and Hood to Hood and Reminisce. Like you've already heard these records by the time you're getting to those records. Mike, those are flawless records.
Yeah. You do realize that KD3 has made us forget all about Magic for a minute.
I kept trying to tell you, you were like, what are your expectations? I was like, top 50 rap album. You were like, Magic. I was like, ain't nobody thinking about no Magic. I'm like, so we thinking about this shit.
Magic was our album of the year last year.
No, it's
and looking
breathtaking.
back
It's
on
not
it,
this. It's not this.
no,
It's
no,
not
no,
this.
no. And looking back on it, I know the debate was KD2 and Magic, and I know it makes us sound like a Nas channel or whatever, but it's what it was, because KD2 was actually album of the year throughout the whole year. And then when Magic came, it's like, man, I don't know. And now looking back on it, nearly a year later, we made the right call. Magic should have been album of the year last
Yeah,
year.
Magic was album of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Short with the super chat says, your list shows no region is running hip hop now. Well,
Correct.
good to know that, because people will call us like New York bias when they start going through the list, and it'd be like 2 people from New York or something.
Hey, you want to know what? I want to see any other list that's going to have JID and Earth Gang in the top 10 at the same time. When people be kicking that New York bias stuff, show me any other media outlet that's like giving them that type of run. Shout out to Dreamville. Stick is a song of the year contender since we talking about Dreamville artists. Stick is up there.
I can't wait till we get into this song top 10 songs conversation.
We need to. Let's get to these top 20. Let's get these next, because I think the albums are going to be the toughest. So let's get through these next set of albums. What's at 10? Ransom? Is Ransom 10?
Is Ransom 10 or is Pusha T 10?
Or Pusha T? I'm saying Push.
I want to ask the people.
That's fine. Because here's the thing. I would give it almost.
Should we put a poll out
4.
there or what?
Hold on. I would give It's Almost Dry a 4 for the same reason I would give the West Side a 4. I just feel like the execution on the West Side and the production is better in terms of the consistency.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Mad Max with the super chat.
Push at 10.
Mad Max with the super chat says, it's a 5. This guy Nas said on Legit, we coming blacker than the Black Panther 2. Like, stop it. Love Nas, but it's getting ridiculous now. He didn't like that bar. Eric Terrell.
See, he's not. See, this is what I mean. Like, but say the rest of the bar. Don't go against the fam. That's something you don't do. Don't be Eddie Kane trying to sing your way back in the group. Like that street shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I mean. People have to understand.
But he was dropping the same day the Black Panther 2 came out, too. Right.
Well, that was part of it, too. But this is what I mean. People understand this. You know, he freestyling a lot of this shit, right?
Well, I don't know.
No. Listen. No. This is plug talk. I'm telling you all. You know, a lot of these bars that you're listening to on KD3 have been freestyle.
Incredible.
As in, like, he's walking in the studio and he's hearing the beat and he starts piecing it together and just spitting it out. And it starts working and connecting. Mike, do you know Rare? He rapped until the reel went off on Rare. On Rare off KD2. Like, there's a whole story about how Rare got created. I'm not going to share, but it's like, no, the nigga rapped till the reel went off, Mike. Like, he just rapped until like there was no more time or space left. It's like the original version of Rare is like 7, 8, 9 minutes long. Nigga wouldn't stop rapping.
Wow.
Rapping ass rapper.
Eric Terrell with the super chat says, I'm on Fire is the best song when you add all the points about what Nas has done in the last 2 years. Like a 2022 I'm Bad type of song.
So listen, and you know, I told you this, you know, and you, me, and 007 had a conversation. Nigga, he came back and recorded I'm on Fire and WTFSMH. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Like, you know what type of zone you gotta be in to make a whole album, go on tour with Wu-Tang Clan and Busta Rhymes, and then immediately come back and make records like that? Like, I don't think people understand how hard some of this shit is.
This is a zone.
Like, it'd be hard for a nigga to drive, like, and get off work from Atlanta and then drive 25 minutes, like, to Cobb and go jump in the Yo and record 2 verses that ain't nobody heard yet to this day. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That shit was hard. Like, you know how hard this is?
36 Chambers with a super chat says, Shay has deeper content than JID, but isn't touching him lyrically. The flow switches and the entendres on Radar are crazy. She's
got a better rap voice and she's got a better delivery.
I was just about to say something about that. Very few MCs out rap JID right now. Shay speaks from the soul more. Isn't the better MC. I think that a lot of
from the soul more. That's what made DMX the best MC. That's what made Tupac, Scarface. When you're saying that, like, listen to what you were saying.
Well, see, I think that a lot of people's issue with JID is kind of a Kendrick issue, where it's like the voice. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Jay has the better voice and delivery. You think JID's delivery is better than Shay's?
I think he has. Yeah, I think he has a better delivery, but I think
he might be more agile. He doesn't have a better one. Because what is his delivery? You get what I'm saying?
How would I describe his delivery?
When you say that, like, Snoop has a certain delivery and a drawl that we know what it is. What is JID's delivery exactly at this point? You get that was some of my critiques of the album. So it's like you want to start unpacking it. This is what I mean. Is it's like, no, this is a great album from somebody who I think is going to get, like, the Forever Story is not going to be his best work.
I see what you're saying. And I think a lot of people feel the same way about Food for Thought. It's not going to be her best work.
It's not. But right now, she has what she's doing more figured out and consistent than he does.
Somebody said that JID is Kendrick light. I could see that.
It's very disrespectful. You're not going to talk about the East Side like that up in here either. Like, that's what you're not about to do either. I'm one saying no.
Well, for the Denzel Curry fans out there, and I get that, you know, they keep saying it's ridiculous he's not on this list. Let us know what you would like for us to take off.
It wasn't like that, Mike.
Let me go down the list.
It wasn't like that.
I'm going to go down the list.
It wasn't like that. That and the Billy Woods wasn't like that. It was solid. It wasn't like that.
I'm going to go down the list. KD3, Sold Separately, Cheat Codes, Ghetto Gods, No Fear of Time, Food for Thought, The Forever Story, Hitler Wears Hermes 10, Drill Music in Zion, It's Almost Dry. Which one would you like for us to remove for Denzel Curry?
Shit. That's what I'm saying. When people be talking, it's like, you understand how you sound out loud when you say that? Like, go show me where the Denzel Curry is better than that. I'm going to tell you, I had the Denzel Curry early. Because I still have, Mike, when I rate something, the Denzel Curry Melt My Eyes was a 3.75 when we rated it. Because we gave it a review. It made the show. It was good enough of an album that we were like, no, we need to review it and actually cover it. So it's a dope album. It's not what y'all saying it is.
Ramona Park, I thought, was better, in my opinion.
It is. So hold on. Let's get to this number 10. Pusha, right?
Yeah.
Ransom at 11.
Yeah.
Is the ransom a 4 to you?
Definitely.
Okay.
We don't have to go 20.
Not all things are created.
We don't have to go 20 today. You know what I mean? I think we can go on to the next song. I want to kind of cap it off at 10 so we don't get stuck. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, let's just stop right there.
Yeah. We can revisit this. It's not the very, very end of the year yet, but.
Well, no. So hold on. Let's just go through our top 10 right quick, and then we'll move to the next one. So our top 10 albums this year are KD3 at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Sold Separately at number 2. Cheat Codes at number 3. Ghetto Gods at number 4. No Fear of Time at number 5. Food for Thought at number 6. Forever Story at number 7. Hitler Wears Hermes 10 at number 8. Drill Music in Zion at number 9. And Till It's Almost Dry at number 10.
It's almost dry, right?
Oh, it's almost dry. Till it's almost dry. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Problematic how the producers. It's problematic how the producers left Pusha out in the street.
Eric Terrell with the super chat says, and Nas was telling Jay, don't be scared. Now I'm on fire. Yeah. I hope that, speaking of which, man, Absol, you know what? We'll talk about that in a second. Let me give a brief commercial break until we get into our top
And now,
10 songs.
a word from our sponsors.
All right, here we go.
Welcome to According to Hip Hop, a trivia battleground that only the most devoted hip hop heads will survive. Are you ready to step up to the table? How well do you know the lyrics of today's hottest artists? Prove your hip hop superiority in order According to Hip Hop trivia game today.
That was a little commercial break from our trivia game, According to Hip Hop Trivia. You can actually go on accordingtohiphop.com, click the game link, and purchase that perfect stocking stuffer for a hip hop fan. Now, top 10 hip hop songs of 2022. Let me go through these super chats and then we'll get this list started. Mad Max says, Shay's voice isn't all that good, bro. JID has way better flow and his delivery is on par. And I'm not even a Hove guy, but if he said that that Black Panther line, we take away his GOAT status.
No, we didn't, because he did the Drunken Love verse and nobody said anything.
I see somebody say I hate Jeezy for no reason. Come on, guys. I don't hate Jeezy. I just don't think he's a dope MC like that.
You just got to stop saying that in the city, Mike. You can't be saying that in the city.
I don't. Sorry. I mean,
I know you've never cared for Jeezy, though.
Yeah. JB was here with the super chat says, let's not act like all fives are flawless. That's true.
It's true.
But I think
Reasonable
this
Doubt
one
got some flaws. Infamous got some flaws. The Patreon we're about to do on Friday, the Infamous and Reasonable Doubt,
I'm
two top 20 albums, they have some flaws.
Yeah. 36 Chambers with the super chat says, JID is Kendrick without the savior God complex.
He's also Kendrick without Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly. Like, what the hell? Like, what are we doing?
Jay Short with the super chat says, Coop, Mike is not about Denzel Curry. This is about hip-hop purists not liking Freddie for some reason. They feel he's a trap rapper at heart. Freddie is an interesting thing because Freddie is an MC's MC, but he's a trap rapper, and y'all want to talk about this Jeezy thing. Freddie is what Jeezy would be if he was a real dope lyricist. Do y'all really think that Jeezy's a better rapper than Freddie? Are we going to go there? T-Nitty with the super chat says, Currency and Benny was better than Pusha. I'm not mad at the Benny thing. I'm not mad at the Currency thing either.
Okay, so here's what I tell you about Tana Talk 4, which I really enjoyed. Once again, Brambleton, Let the Smoker Shine the Coop.
Yeah.
Diet Coke, Neck and Wrist. Give me the 4 records that's competing on the Tana Talk 4. You feel me?
That's fair. 36 Chambers with the super chat says, Freddie is a dope MC, but he has a sleepy voice to me. It's not that he's a trap rapper. It's that he doesn't sound exciting or engaging to me like the others.
I don't agree with that sentiment at all. And you want to know what's crazy? This is the first year I've heard people really complaining about Freddie's voice. Maybe it's because my family's from the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad's side of the family is from Youngstown. So it's like the voice I don't have a problem with, but that might be, you know what I'm saying?
I think for a lot of people, his voice and flow doesn't match. We haven't seen anybody with such an agile flow with a voice like that.
No, I told you, he's an outlier. Like, niggas with voices like that don't try to rap like that. That's what's so impressive about it.
Yeah.
Like, they changed their whole style. Like they changed their whole style up about having a voice like that. He's like, nah, like, I'm from the Midwest. Rapid fire flows.
Yeah. Mad Max with the super chat says, you can say all the fives ain't flawless, but if you have 3 or more skips, you can't be a 5. And you got Ghetto Guys over Future is insane. Yeah, Future is not here yet. I'm going to go back and listen to the Future album again. We have a pretty loaded year.
Future.
Yeah.
I got the rating for the Future album right here.
I like Future's album.
We gave the Future a 4.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm sure all of this stuff that's living in the 11 to 15 range is going to be kind of similarly rated.
Now you want to, and so I also want to go ahead and say this now. Do you see how our top 10 went? And y'all think Kendrick made a top 20 rap album this year? Like
nobody's complaining about Kendrick not being on.
Are you like show me what top 5 is being smoked on exactly?
I really like Conway's album, man. I think that
we ain't even talked about God Don't Make Mistakes. That's what I'm saying. When it's like when I came up here about 3 weeks ago, I was like, Kendrick's album probably ain't even gonna make the top 20. People was like, oh, you're such a hater. It's like, no, I listen to music all the time, every day. Like, I don't know. Hold on, wait for it. Like, it's my job. Right. Right.
Well, all right. Speaking of Kendrick,
we talked about the DJ Shay, the Rome Streets, the Armani, the Game, the Joey, the Vince.
Yeah.
Hold on, the Czarface, the Meth, the Fife Dog. Like, oh, and you think that he made a top 20 rap album this year? The Currency and Alchemist, the KRS-One, the Benny, the Conway, and you think he made a top 20 rap album this year? What you smoking on?
T Nitty with the super chat says,
can
Johnny,
we all get a pack of that and break it down and split the profits for the holidays? Like, what is that?
T Nitty says, Johnny P's Caddy, Saint Nick Brick, Unk Bun, Game was greater than Pusha. This is what I'm going to say.
Those songs aren't going to do it. Not against those songs that I named, but I hear you.
LP with the super chat says, respectfully, those saying that Freddie got the same flow and the voice ain't listening. His stuff outside of Madlib and Alchemist albums. He is very versatile.
That's what I keep trying to say.